5,000 subscribers. Not a massive number in comparison to other people who've got, I don't know, millions of subscribers, but it's quite the achievement. So 3 to 4 days ago, I asked for questions in the Discord for a Q&A, and here it is. Now, I'm not answering every single question because there's too many to answer, but I've picked out probably about 50 questions, maybe slightly less. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I hope it's enjoyable. But before we do get into the video, I just want to say thanks so much for 5k. Here's to 10k, here's to 30k. Let's just get it. But without further ado, let's get on into the Q&A. I hope you all do enjoy. Perfect Studios asks, how does it feel to be a YouTuber? To be honest, I don't really feel too different to when I didn't upload YouTube videos. I still played Minecraft, I still played Hypixel Skyblock, I just didn't record videos, so to be honest, not really too different. Mr. Someone Guy asks, what made you start making YouTube videos? Now, funny you should say that because I've made YouTube videos in the past. This channel was created in 2015, so literally like 6 years ago. And back then I made like some Minecraft videos, some CSGO videos, FIFA videos, GTA, a range of different videos, and to be honest, they were all incredibly cringy. Now, to be honest, even when I make these videos now, sometimes I say things I think that just comes across as being a bit cringe. But these videos will never surface. They're unlisted on my channel. No, actually, they're private. I don't even want anyone to get a link somehow. They're so bad. I don't know, maybe when we get to like a bigger milestone, I might react to them or watch them, but let's not talk about that. But in terms of the Hypixel Skyblock videos, I don't know, I just found a decent money-making method in the start, and I just sort of wanted to share it, because I didn't know if anyone knew about it. And from then, I just sort of enjoyed making the videos and just kept making them pretty much. GamerBurtX asks, when will you do a face reveal? The answer to that question is, I don't know, but not anytime soon. That's the short answer. Lightning Scar asks, what is your next big goal? Well, I think for most Hypixel Skyblock YouTubers, the goal is YouTube rank. But obviously, you've got to take each day as it comes and each video as it comes. So I'd probably say my next big goal is basically to make a video that gets over 100k views. Now, I have one on my channel currently that has 90k views. Don't know if that's ever going to get to 100, but that is quite a big achievement. Like 6 digits is quite a big achievement on a video for me anyway. So yeah. Not the predictable subscriber goal. Obviously 30k is the end goal, whatever point, but 100k views on a video is my actual, basically, next biggest goal. Just gonna say in this video, if I butcher anyone's names, I'm really sorry, but I'm trying. Hamed asks, do you feel like keeping the Hyperion at the end of the Week to Hyperion series, obviously because you've worked so hard for it? And, I mean, to be honest, I have had a few thoughts, but I can't really go back on my word at this point. Imagine the uproar. But no, I would like to have a Necron Blade of my own at some point, but I feel like, obviously, without sort of having the people who watch my videos tuning in, liking the video, commenting, supporting the channel, I would have no motivation to actually make the videos. And that was my same reason for doing the Week to Juju, then giving it away, just because, like, without the people watching, the channel is nothing. So it is just basically sort of giving back to everyone for watching the videos, to be honest. So I guess the actual answer is no. I don't really feel like keeping it. I mean, I guess deep down I probably do, but I'm not going to. Kaminator asks, how many hours of sleep do you get on average per night? Okay, so at the moment I'm working quite hard on the videos, so I don't really get much sleep in the week. Which I know is quite bad because I have to work from 9 till 5 in the day. So I'd probably say that I usually end up going to sleep at like 3 o'clock and then waking up at like 8:30. Which obviously is really bad and I'm usually really tired. So I guess probably in the week I get between like 4 and maybe 6 hours sleep if I try and get an early night. And at weekends I'd probably say I get between 8 and 12 hours. I do like a lie-in, but I have a lot of things to do. Dark Reeb asks, are you ever thinking of starting a new profile like an Iron Man or No Bazaar? So this is something that I have been considering, but I think the best way that I could probably do it would probably be stream the episodes and then make stream highlights of the episodes, because that way obviously the viewers can sort of decide what I do. Not only that, it would provide a different style of content on my channel because it is usually either surrounding, I don't know, like maybe different weapons or IAH flipping, and that's pretty much it at the moment. So the answer is yeah, I am considering doing it. I have had a few plans and sort of rough plans and ideas, but nothing major yet, but it could happen. Old Define asks, do you ever get bored of flipping? The answer is 100%. Especially when you're waiting for items to sell or you just can't find flips. It gets very boring because basically you're just checking the same filters over and over again. And I'm sure everyone that AH flips completely understands where I'm coming from. And the answer is 100% yes, it does get boring. MVYX asks, basically when you're flipping, what do you consider for the margin to be worth it? So basically, I'd probably say on more expensive items, like, I don't know, a Midas Staff or a Giant Sword, you've got to massively think about the listing fees and the tax. Because something that is a 5 million coin flip on face value ends up being like a 2 million coin flip after you've taken all the fees and everything. So other than the face value profit, you've definitely got to consider the fees. Skinny asks, Android or iOS? Now I currently have an iPhone, but prior to me having an iPhone, my last phone was a Huawei, which was Android. Both are really good, so to be honest with you, I don't really have any preference. I mean, I'd probably say I maybe slightly prefer iOS, but either one really, I really don't mind, to be honest. Caymanata asks again, he's getting all the good questions. Cats or dogs? Well, I don't actually have a cat or a dog. We used to have a dog, but we just weren't really very clued up on how to look after it. So we actually ended up giving it away to another family because we just didn't know how to look after it. So the answer is, to be honest with you, I don't know. The only pet that we've got is a goldfish, so neither, I guess, really. The Real Nick asks, how long do you plan on doing YouTube for and doing Hypixel Skyblock? Now, in terms of Hypixel Skyblock, I'm basically just going to make videos until it begins to die. I do want to start differentiating my content a little bit. I don't know what I want to differentiate it to, but not quite yet. I mean, Skyblock's not dead. And pretty much everyone who subscribes to my channel is going to be subscribed for Hypixel Skyblock. So if I then started uploading, I don't know, a completely different type of video, then everyone's going to be like, not watching that. Which I completely understand. In terms of how long I'll be working on YouTube for, I don't know, I mean, until I stop enjoying it. I quite enjoy it at the moment, so not anytime soon. Cube F asks, basically, what is the biggest flip that you've got? Like, what's the most coins you've gotten out of one flip? So I think that would be, I think I got 35 million off a elephant pet skin. That's my biggest flip. To be fair, it was very risky and it did take a long time to sell, and to be honest, I probably regret doing it because in the time where I was waiting for it to flip, I didn't really have that many coins left, and in the amount of time that it took to sell, I probably could have made more money from flipping smaller items. But yeah, I think it was 35 mil in the end. Zesium asks, what is grass? A very good question. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really see too much of it, so I couldn't really give you that much of a description. David asks, do you plan on expanding your YouTube channel beyond Minecraft and Hypixel Skyblock? So a very similar question to what was asked previously. So like I said, my thoughts on Hypixel Skyblock, I'm basically going to keep making videos until I either stop enjoying making the videos on it or basically it dies. In terms of expanding my content beyond Minecraft, I'm not really too sure, to be honest. Maybe possibly in the future, but not really anytime soon. French Cookie asks, what motivates you to work hard? I guess just wanting to better the previous day. Like, obviously with YouTube you can see all your analytics and just basically wanting to better yourself. I just want to better myself, basically. Not only that, I guess like with the Week to Hyperion series, I have an end goal. So obviously the end goal is getting the Hyperion. Granted, I'm not keeping it for myself, but that is the end goal of the series. Like, if I was just flipping for not really any reason, then I would be less motivated. Plus, I know, obviously, that those sort of videos can get repetitive, but people really do enjoy them. So if I know that I've got people who actually enjoy the videos, that obviously gives me a bit more of an incentive to then work hard and make the videos. So I guess the comments, the likes, and all the nice messages that I get probably motivate me the most. Not Necrotics asks, can you remember me when you get famous? And I think, to be honest with you, the key word in that question is when. The actual question should be, will you remember me if you get famous? Because it's not a given. And I think it's pretty mad that like you can even be considered famous by making Minecraft videos. Obviously, I'm absolutely nowhere near that point, but I'll try to. Our Commands asks, how did you kickstart your channel? Now, to be honest with you, there's a few things at a few different points. Now, when I first started making the videos, basically to kickstart my channel and get more and more viewers watching sort of consistently, I started making money making videos, and I still make them from time to time, but they have to be very good for me to actually make a video on them now. But there was a time not too long ago where that was pretty much all that I did. And my thought process behind that was, I know in the long term I'm not really going to grow massively just from making money making videos, and that's a given. But if I can just get a little bit of a fan base and a few people that watch the videos regularly, so then they'll then watch the next video if it's not a money making method, I guess that sort of kickstarted the channel at the start. But what I would say recently was definitely the Week to Juju series. That really started making the channel grow a little bit. And then the Week to Hyperion has done so much for the channel. It really has done wonders. So I'd probably say just that consistency of the series recently has sort of basically retained a lot more viewers and basically, I guess, kickstarted it a little bit. Cringe Name asks, how many times have you been scammed, if any? Now, the answer is I've never been scammed. Now, I feel quite lucky to have never been scammed, but basically, I sort of know what to avoid, roughly. I've almost been scammed once. Other than that, I've never been scammed. Royal asks, what do you do outside of YouTube? So first of all, I work from 9 till 5 Monday to Friday. Second of all, I tried to go to the gym pretty much every day. Probably ends up more being like 5 times a week, but yeah, I do that. Also, I play football twice a week, and I play a bit of golf here and there when I can be bothered. To be honest, I don't really play too much Minecraft or Hypixel Skyblock outside the videos or the streams, just purely because I don't really have much time to. But sometimes I'll play other games like FIFA, played a little bit of COD recently, but yeah, I play a few other games, but nowhere near as much as Hypixel Skyblock. There are probably a few other things that I'm forgetting. Oh, we go and play pool quite a lot, me and my friends as well, like pool and snooker. There's probably a few more things, but I don't know. That's pretty much it. Skinny asks, can you do a setup tour? Now I can do a setup tour. I mean, I don't really have anything against doing a setup tour if that's what people want to see. But I guess just let me know in the comments. I mean, I could possibly do one. Totally Alex asks, where do you see your channel in 1 year? Very good question, to be fair. It's really hard to say, to be honest with you. If somebody asked me like 2 or 3 months ago, do you think you'll have like nearly 5.5k subs in 2 to 3 months, I would have probably said no. So to predict what's going to happen in the next year is quite hard. But I'll be optimistic and say in a year's time, I want to have 30k subs in YouTube rank. Probably very optimistic, to be honest. But who knows what's going to happen. I guess consistency is key. Minecraft Ray asks, how many hours have you spent to become an expert at AH flipping? And have you lost any money in the process? Now, I wouldn't consider myself to be an expert at AH flipping whatsoever. Not even in the slightest. I wouldn't even say I'm really that good at AH flipping. Anyone can AH flip. It isn't difficult. It's just having the patience and the time. If you want to see a real AH flipper, a real AH expert, then you should check out Totally Alex, the person who asked the last question, because he is pretty insane and probably makes my flips look like, I don't even know, just worthless flips. And in terms of how much money have I lost in the process,
when you just hopped in,
I couldn't even say, to be honest. It's probably in like the 20 to 30 million.
You acquired.
And to try and guess how many hours I've spent to get to this point in AH flipping, I really couldn't say. I think my playtime is like 720 hours or something. So if I was to guess, maybe like 100 hours or 200 hours, I don't really know. Burak asks, how long does it take to make a generic video like a Week to Juju or Week to Hyperion?
I don't know. I've watched,
and if so, what percentage of it is spent trading? Now, this is actually quite a good question.
Maybe.
Now, to make the average Week to Hyperion video, I'd probably say it takes me anywhere between... Well, it's hard to...
Oh, yeah, I've watched it.
It's hard to say because a lot of time is spent basically waiting around. But I guess the whole process, including editing, making the thumbnail...
I the
thumbnails are already pre-made because it's just a case of changing the number on most of them. But I'd probably say it takes between 4... But I guess the whole process, including editing, probably usually takes between 4 and 8 hours. Now, if you want to include waiting around in between, I'll probably say the videos are recorded over the space of usually probably 12 hours. And in terms of the percentage of it spent trading, I would probably say that's probably about 30 to 35%, maybe even slightly less. Like I said, majority of it is literally just waiting about. Imposter asks, how old are you? So, I turned 20 just over a month ago, so sad times. Not even a teenager anymore, that's just not good. Mesh After Dark asks, will you friend me on Hypixel? I do accept friend requests, so just send me a friend request, and if I'm online and I see it, I'll accept it. If I don't accept it, I'm not ignoring you, it's just that I've not seen it. My IGN is my YouTube name, but it's got 2 eyes. I literally can't get the original Nitros. Someone's got it and just doesn't play the game. CH asks, cold baked beans or hot baked beans? The answer is neither. I really hate the texture, I just don't like them whatsoever. Zed Kimura asks, cereal or milk first? Now, all I'm saying is if you put the milk in first, then the cereal, then you need to reevaluate what's going on. Because that's almost psychopathic behaviour. Jokes aside, it's got to be cereal first. Beano's Good asks, if you make a 20 million coin flip, how much profit should you make on it at least? Now, it's a little bit different because with a 20 million flip, the listing fee is 200k. And then obviously you've got the 1% tax as well. So to make it worthwhile, I'd probably say you should be making at least 8 or 900k, maybe even a mil. And in terms of a 100 million flip as well, he's asking, I'd probably say you should be making at least 7 to 8 mil. Really, to make it worth your while, obviously, because you've got to basically think about the fees and the listing fees and the tax and everything. He also asks, what percentage of your viewers live in the UK? So I'm on the analytics now, and it looks like in the last 90 days, 7.9% of my viewers have actually been from the UK. Now, with no surprise, most people who watch my videos are from the US, and they make up 30.2% of the viewers. Below that, we've got Germany, Canada, Australia, and so on. But yeah, to be honest with you, I sort of expected that percentage to be slightly higher, but I mean, I guess, most people are from the US who watch my videos and who play Hypixel Skyblock in general, so it does sort of make sense. Koji123 asks, how long have you been playing Minecraft for? Now, I believe I've had this Minecraft account for 6 years, but before that, I'd played it on Xbox 360, Xbox One. I'd played it on my dad's laptop, but it ran at like 12 FPS a long time ago. I think that was, I don't even know how long ago that even was. That was probably when I was like 12 or 13. Prior to that, I used to play the Pocket Edition on my iPad, basically when it was in a very, very early version of Minecraft. Not even, it was before enchantment tables, so it was probably when it was like 1.4 or something like that, like a long time ago. So actually, I'd probably say I've been playing Minecraft probably for about 8 or 9 years. On and off. I've not played it all the time in the past. Like I have played a lot of other games as well in between. Ndog asks, what is your favourite sport? Yeah. And if so, what is your favourite sports team? So my favourite sports is football, or for people that live in America, soccer.
Right.
But we kick the ball, so football makes sense. My favourite team is Liverpool. I support Liverpool. My dad supports Liverpool. Pretty much on my dad's side of the family supports Liverpool. So yeah. Ndog also asks, what is your favourite food? Now, I've got to be completely honest, you cannot beat a good steak. And for me, the best cut is a tomahawk steak. You cannot beat a tomahawk steak. People might argue, oh, the fillet's better. I mean, I can sort of understand that, but a tomahawk steak is top tier. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. It's essentially a massive ribeye, but on the bone. And once again, if you don't know what that is, look that up as well. Miku Zoo asks, how did you come up with your username? Now, I actually answered this question on a stream a couple of weeks ago. Granted, I think there's probably only like 50 to 60 people watching at the time, so most people probably don't know this. So, my name actually originally comes from my Xbox 360 username. So, just a bit of background, for people that don't know, I think quite a lot of people that have watched the stream that have heard my sister call me by my actual first name will probably know my first name. My first name is Harrison, but obviously like a lot of people call me Harry for short. So, my Xbox 360 gamertag was Harry Nitros 01, because I was born in 2001. But like for people that didn't know me personally, pretty much everyone that like we'd go into a party with would just call me Nitros. But it wasn't spelt Nitros with an E on the end, it was like Nitro and then Z at the end. A bit of a weird one. So eventually I just changed my Xbox gamertag to iNitros because Nitros was taken. And yeah, that's pretty much how I've got my username. It's not changed since then. And that was probably like 6 years ago or something like that. In fact, no, not 6 years ago. Probably like 4 or 5 years ago when I actually got the name. Lil Chubb. Nice name, by the way, first of all. But he asks, do you do anything while you flip, such as watching a movie or a show? And the answer is, to be honest with you, when I'm waiting for things to sell, I just usually watch YouTube. Either that or I'll go out to the gym or something, or play football or whatever it is I'm doing on that day. So basically, say if I'm doing like a Week to Hyperion episode on a Monday, I play football on a Monday at night. So basically, as soon as I finish work, I'll record for like half an hour or something like that, or do half an hour worth of flips. Then I basically chill out for a bit, play football, and come back to it after I've played football, and then finish the video before I go to bed. But for days where I'm not really doing anything, obviously it's a little bit harder to kill the time, so I just usually watch YouTube, to be honest with you. Adam asks, what shaders do you use? Now what I'll do is I'll link the shaders that I use and the texture pack in the description, but the shaders that I used are called Chocopic. They come in like, I think 4 or 5 different variations of basically how strong they are, as most shaders do. I use the light version just because I've tried to record with the medium version and my PC literally dies. So yeah, I just use the light version of it, but they seem to be quite, I mean, I quite like them. The shaders, I use different shaders for my cinematic shots at the start of the video. I'm pretty sure most of you will know, but I use BSL. But they're like really quite extreme shaders. Probably not extreme in comparison to other ones, but they are quite extreme for my PC. So if I tried to record like an episode with BSL shaders on, even if I was just literally in the AH flipping, it wouldn't be smooth to watch whatsoever. But because of the Badlion replay mod and everything like that, I managed to get the cinematics with it on, and it looks fairly smooth. But yeah, not really much else to be said on that. Purple XX asks, mayo or ketchup? So the answer is got to be ketchup. I absolutely hate mayonnaise. I cannot stand it. Like, sometimes if you go to McDonald's and you live in the UK, I don't know if you have this in America, or for that case, anywhere else that you might be watching from, but we basically have these wraps, and I think there's like 3 or 4 different variations of the wraps, and the wrap that I usually get is the barbecue bacon wrap, but on that wrap, mayo comes standard. So I have to ask for it without mayo. Right, okay, that's fine. That's quite a simple request, but for some reason they all still manage to put mayo on it. And I literally can't eat it. I hate mayo that much. I'm going off topic, but I don't like mayo. To be honest with you, I'd probably say that I even probably slightly prefer barbecue sauce to ketchup, but ketchup's definitely better than mayo. Yee66 asks, what is better, a hamburger or a chicken sandwich? Now, first of all, I'm guessing a chicken sandwich is like an American way of saying a chicken burger, because we just call it a chicken burger. I'm guessing that's what it means. Because for us, a chicken sandwich would literally be like chicken and bread, rather than like on a hamburger bun or whatever you want to call it. I know a lot of people have a lot of different names for whatever you call a hamburger bun. We call it a barm. Other people call it all sorts of names, a bap and so on. Completely off topic. I mean, that's regardless of what he's asking. But to be honest with you, that's a good question. I'll have to think about that. Give me a minute. Now, I'd probably have to say a hamburger or a beef burger, just purely because, I mean, there's a lot of toppings on like any sort of burger that I don't like mayo or burger sauce or tomatoes, onions. I don't like any of that stuff. I don't even like cheese. So basically, I feel like there's a few more options that you can put on a burger, such as like bacon, onion rings, I don't know, other stuff like that, pulled pork, and it just wouldn't really go on a chicken burger. So I like both of them, to be honest, but I'd probably have to say a hamburger would edge it marginally. Although even just literally a plain mini fillet burger from KFC does the trick, but that's besides the point. ZenQ asks, what will you do when you hit 30k? So as soon as I hit 30k and I get the YouTube rank, I'll go into every single lobby and I'll literally just put a full stop just to show off my YouTube rank. I'm joking, that would be very, very, very condescending and just weird in general. I don't know what I'm actually going to do, to be honest. It's more of an if rather than when, because I don't like to think it's a given that you're going to get a YouTube rank or you're going to get 30k subs. Because obviously not everything always goes to plan. If everything went to plan for everyone, then everyone would be a millionaire. So obviously, I can't think when. I've got to think realistically if. And at the moment, obviously the channel's growing quite well, and I'm very happy with it, to be honest with you. But it's growing more than I could ever really imagine it to. But at this moment in time, we've still got like just over 24.5k subs to go until we get that point. And at the moment, we've only gained like 5.3k full stop. So, you know what I mean. I don't even know what I'm going to do for 30k, to be honest, or if I even get there. I guess that's something I'll have to think of closer to that time. Burak asks, ultimate goal before 2021 ends? Good question. It's another one where it's very hard to predict, but obviously it's good to set goals because then you can sort of measure your success. So before the end of 2021, I want to have at least 10k subs. That's my goal. 550s asks, will you do another series, another flipping series after Week to Hyperion? And the answer is, I mean, most probably, yeah. I'm not really too sure what that is going to be, obviously, yet, because we've not finished this current series yet. But I've been thinking, obviously, I know people enjoy this series, and I do enjoy making it, but I can't help but think that it might get slightly boring. Obviously, at the moment we're like 26 episodes in, and I'm doing a very, very, very similar thing every single episode. So what I was thinking is, would it be better to maybe do sort of less valuable items? So like, instead of doing Week to Hyperion, do Week to Giant Sword and give it away, and then start a new series? Or is it better to have a long series? I don't know. It's something that I guess you guys will have to decide in the comments. Like, would it be better for me to do loads more like shorter series where I do like, I don't know, Week to Midas Staff, or I don't know, Week to Giant Sword, things like that, so basically it gets less repetitive? Or should I just do one big one? I don't know what I'm doing yet, is the real question. I mean, the answer to this question really is, if I'm just basically giving you the short answer, even though it's not a short answer because I've been going on rambling for so long, is basically there probably will be another series similar to it. But that is all the questions for today. Now, if you've watched to this point in the video, I really appreciate it, and if you've not dropped a like on the video, then you know what to do. I don't know how long this video is actually going to end up. I feel like we've been talking for quite a while, but I just think I'd just say, at this point, if you're still watching the video, I really do appreciate everyone watching the videos and liking and commenting and supporting. Basically just motivates me to make more videos and better videos. So I can't even thank you all enough. Thanks so much for 5k, and if you did leave a question and I didn't answer it, it's nothing that I've got against you, it's just because there were quite a lot of questions. There might be another Q&A in the future for another milestone. I don't know yet, but obviously I don't want to do these too often. A lot of these questions I probably have already answered on streams as well, but I know a lot of people can't watch the streams. But anyway, regardless of all that, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. And also, if you're not joined the Discord, make sure you do that. Bye.